live. I got to pay attention to my screen here. Oh my goodness. Well, welcome. Oh, I'm stepping on stuff. Hang on just a second. Be off screen here for a second. Oh, while I pick up what I knocked down. There we go. It is a mess in here, as you can see from behind me. Okay. As I was saying, welcome. If you're new to the channel, please email me at galantgj@yahoo.com. It's in the chat. And include your real name, your YouTube name, your shipping and PayPal information, and we'll get you in our system. Make sure we don't lose your information. I invoice through PayPal, and shipping is done through Pirate Ship. And that is generally the best deal I can get you with shipping through Pirate Ship. It'll be the UPS or the Postal Service. Kind of get whatever's best. I can take other methods of payments. Email me if I have lots of other options like Cash App and Zelle and Venmo and things like that. So yeah, if PayPal doesn't work for you, that's not a big deal. I can work around that. Okay. So we do bidding in dollar increments or more, up to $10, and then after $10, I ask you to do $2 increments or more. So, and that's pretty much the rules every week. I don't ever increase it. Even I don't think I ever had any items to get over 100 or even over $50. So, well, maybe once, but anyway, it's pretty rare. So once I post the sold in the chat, that closes the bidding. Unless it's multiple items, and I'll explain it if that happens. I don't expect no multiple items tonight. I had to think about it for a second. I have some silver-plated items tonight, but no 925 that I can recall. I could be wrong on that. As I go, we'll see. I'll let you know, but I don't have time to test them, and I'll let you know that. I'll let you know the status, basically, and my confidence level. Let me think. Okay, so that's the start of that. We are located in northwest corner of Vermont, about I think it's about 18 miles outside of the city of Burlington. Near the Canadian, about less than an hour from the Canadian border, and about 35 to 40 minutes from Lake Champlain. Up in the mountains, rural. I can see Mount Mansfield from my front yard. What else? Yeah, Montreal is like 2 hours away. We haven't been up there for a while, but we do try to get up there once in a while. It's a nice city to visit. I really highly recommend it, actually. Language is not generally an issue in that part of Quebec, so you can get by okay if you don't speak French. Let me see, what else? And there's no problems with the border, what I'm aware of. I know people have asked me that in the past. Do you have any problem? No. No problems going back. In fact, they just finished a new highway going into it to make a more direct drive from the United States into Montreal. So that's a big plus. So obviously they want our tourist dollars. So okay, let me see, what else can we tell you about? We've been doing this for a little while. I've said it a couple of times now. If anybody's interested, even if you've never done this kind of stuff before, if you're interested maybe in doing an auction with me, let me know. Email me. I'm more than happy to have people join us. We can do it a different night if this Wednesday doesn't work for you, or maybe Fridays and Saturdays, for example, work better for a lot of people, and that works better for me because I work part-time. I have to get up in the morning to go to work. For the morning, I work mornings from home, so I don't have to go very far. My commute's not very far. And let's see what else. I think that's pretty much it. If there's any questions, of course, always put questions in the chat. If you put a question in the chat about something that's being auctioned off, I will make sure I get to answer your questions as quickly as I can and before we close out anything. So if you have a question, I'll ask. And I do typically type, going once, going twice, last call, then sold. So I don't rush through it too much, although I do have a lot of stuff tonight. And it's it's going to be mostly jewelry as it's been in the past, but I do have some really interesting pieces. I think you may have seen 2 or 3 of them in the preview if you watch the preview. And what else? I have purses, jewelry, some collectibles. I don't generally do clothing. I'm not doing anything like that tonight. Although I do have several bins of clothing. Some of it's brand new, so I may consider that in the future. Okay. Oop, my screen just went blank. I hope that doesn't mean that you guys are losing me. But okay, there we go. Okay, so that is that. But yeah, don't be afraid to talk in the chat. There's a lot of folks out there in this community, and they help keep me straight. If I'm forgetting, if I'm missing, if my head's turned that way to look at my table where I'm showing something, I may not see the chat. So people call it to my attention, and so make sure I can see the comments and stuff like that. Okay. If there's no questions, I think that covers most of the usual stuff I talked about at the beginning. We did have some absolutely gorgeous weather. 70s and sunny and dry. Too dry, actually. The lake levels and river levels are quite low. Lake Champlain is not at a record low, but it's like within 6 inches of a record low. So it's pretty close. The dryness is going to be, but they're still saying we're going to have a good foliage season, and the leaves have started to turn. I would say the peak is going to probably be the first weekend in October for around here, around this area, around Burlington, Vermont. Further up north, towards the Canadian border, especially the Northeast Kingdom, they'd probably be a week ahead of that. So it'll be like the last weekend of September. And then further south, it'll be the second weekend of October kind of thing. So that's kind of the way it generally works. At the last weekend in September, there's a massive harvest market we have right here in town. Last year we had 12,000 people show up. Now that's pretty bad. That's a lot of people for a town of 2,000. So they have vendors, the fields. Everybody takes advantage of it. There's yard sales and garage sales and barn sales and you name it. And there's food trucks and there's parades and there's music and it's pretty cool. And it's all free. All free. No free. No. Just show up. The only thing it's not, you might end up paying for is parking, and that's not. You don't have to if you don't want to. You can park over at the Riverside Park, and they have a free shuttle. So it's pretty cool. So, and it's been going. I think this is the 26th year they've been doing this. So they're well rehearsed at doing it. And there's all kinds of good food, all kinds of good products. People selling some really nice stuff. Okay. Let's switch cameras and start with the first item. Camera, come on. And I do this because I think this camera is the better camera I've got of the two, and also I can focus better when it's sitting on the table. So that kind of thing. So web cameras now are something going to be really, you can get decent cameras now for not a lot of money. So in fact, I had one. I sold one a while back, a brand new one. Okay, so this is a cute little thing. It was supposed to be celebrating the 7-year-old birthday of a girl, obviously. And this is actually a collectible. The artist is signed. Joseph Original. That's Josef. If you can't see that, Original. I think this, and I looked this up. I think it dates back a few years back. I wouldn't say it's vintage, but it's definitely older. It's in perfect condition. I had to look it up because I didn't know much about Joseph Originals, but apparently they make obviously one for each year for children, and even the 7, I saw there were several variations of that. So apparently over the years they've made different variations and stuff. But that's what that is. So I'm going to put in the chat here. And we'll start this at, oh boy. Yeah, start this at $8, I think. So I think that the market price on these is about 15 to 20 in that range, depending on which one it is and things like that. I've seen some going much higher than that, but just so you know what you're getting. if you save you some time looking it up. But yeah, and there's several of them out there, different varieties. Like I said, this is in really good shape. I did not really even have to do much to clean it. It was in pretty good shape. You can just see the usual shelf wear on the bottom, but that's pretty much it. Excellent condition. A little bit of gold trim there on the wing, looks like. And I'm assuming it's probably hand painted, but I don't know. But there it is. Now, for those that know me, I don't start out with the jewelry right away. I usually start out with some kind of collectible like this, and I'll have a couple of other things like maybe I don't have that many of those things tonight actually. So it will be mostly jewelry and a couple of the other items you saw, and a couple. I've got 3 or 4 purses tonight, I think. So. Or I shouldn't say purses, but purses, bags, whatever. Kind of a mixture of things. I also have, if anybody's interested, I have more stones. I can grab those. They're close by in the box. And that is what we have. Okay. So no interest in this, and nobody has like a 7-year-old child or grandchild that would be interested, or a friend. But very cute. Like I say, it is. You can see the detail in this is pretty cool. All right, let's see here. While I was thinking about that, what was the other thing I wanted to show? No, I can't. I thought I had my hands right on it right here a second ago. I was trying to get a little more organized tonight, but that never happens as well as I'd like it to be. Okay. Oh, yeah. There it is. I think I could miss something this small. Okay, we'll pass on this. Again, I always say if somebody's interested and they're tuning in later, you can always put it in the chat or email me later. That's fine too. Last couple of weeks, that's been happening more often than I expected. I have got made in Italy a couple designer plates. Now I'm not going to ask a lot of money for these. One's got a slight chip, not visible, but they're designed by Brunelli. I've got a pair of them. Let me get them off the phone. I'll have to get the camera up and down so you can see the pattern. So there's 2 that are identical. I'm going to guess this is transfer wear, possibly. And let's get what they call. I think they call this reticulated when they do this with the things on the side. This is just the one. No. So you can see the designed by Brunelli. Really nice, fancy serving plate. I think that's what the intent is on these. And this one had a very slight chip on the right there on the back side. So it really isn't noticeable on the top side. But you can see that. So type this in here. Oops, I almost misspelled that. We'll start for the pair. I'll give you the pair. We'll start this at, let's say $8. I think they're worth a lot more than that. I just can't remember. I did look them up, but I'm just looking to give somebody a good deal, I think, on this. So I'm really not looking to. And they're it's going to be this, not the weight, but the size. That's going to be the issue for shipping anyway. If you're not aware of how shipping works, they charge extra depending on the size. That weight doesn't drive it as much as the size. It's very interesting. I think these are. Where's my ruler? I think I might tape measure. I know what that is. I think these are like, I want to say 10 inches across. Almost 11. 10.5 inch. Looks like. So And put that up on the screen. Okay. Okay. I don't. Oh shoot! That's what I forgot to bring tonight. It's downstairs. Well, next week I have some really, really interesting pieces. Darn, I wish I remember to bring them up. Oh, it'll be the jewelry tonight, so you won't be seeing some of that. I'll do it next week. I have a piece of petrified wood that is really cool. I'm going to tease you with it because I can't bring it up right now. It's downstairs, and some trinket boxes, and things like that that I usually bring with me upstairs, and now I left it all in the box downstairs. So next week. All right, we're going to pass on this and put these away. One of the things I picked up is really cool. I'll show it to you. I don't think anybody's interested in buying it. It's a repro, and it's pretty beat up, but I bought it for myself. The reproduction of the 1902 Sears and Roebuck catalog, and I was just fascinated by it, so I wanted to see what was in it. And I think it was reprinted around the 1950s, something like that. For people interested, but anyway, anybody interested, just shoot me a line. It's big though. Pretty cool. It's beat up a little bit. The cover mostly more than the interior, but I think it was in the 1950s that was reprinted. So pretty cool, huh? I was picked up this past weekend. You always find some fascinating stuff out there. Okay, let's go with our first bit of jewelry. Oh, what to do. Okay. Let me go with this piece here. It's actually an earring and necklace set. Let me straighten it up a little bit here because it's there. I don't think I've shown this one before, but I know I haven't. In fact, I'm going to see if I can get it to stay on this board. Well, no, that's not going to work because you won't see the earrings. So it says paparazzi on the card that they're on, but anyway, I'm going to assume that's maybe correct. I'm just going to call that. My misspellings. Yeah, it was 2 C's. Yeah. We'll start this at I don't know much about it. I'm going to just say $6. How's that sound? And I'll show it better here. I'm going to bring the camera down so you can see the what's at the. I want to try to hang it here so you can see the pieces on the end better. These little discs here. And I think, they're just, I don't see any, no, there's no, I was thinking there might be rhinestones. Oh, there are rhinestones on them, but the rhinestones are on the edge like that. So, so that's what it looks like. Then the earrings to go with it are, and bring the camera. This is the only way to do it, I guess. There's the earrings, shepherd's hooks, of course. I did not see any markings on these, and I can do the magnet test real quick here. See, yeah, these are magnetic. That was quick. So it is not silver. It's silver tone. But that is what it looks like. There's an extender chain on it here. I'm going to say this is an 18-inch, easily 18-inch chain with extender. And then, let me get this thing made up, brother. And you can see all three of these little things on the end. have a, let's see if I can line them up like that. There we go. That's what they look like on the ends, on the edges. So that is that. Any interest in that set? Huh. Okay. If not, we will pass on that. And I do have a mixture, good mixture tonight of necklaces and earrings, just so you know. So I think it'll be a good thing. Trying to fix this here. Oh, I see why. Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna work on fixing this while I show you the next item. Okay, so no interested in that set. So we'll pass on that. For some reason, I'm getting my screen keeps jumping around on me here. I'm not sure why. Something weird going on. It keeps in and out. Weird. All right, now what did I do with my display? Okay. And I have brand new Laura Conrad. Earrings. Oops, there was description. And we're going to start these at well, I know what they go for. The sticker's still on the back. I'll say $6. And that's what they look like here. You can see the little. Oh, my screen keeps dropping out tonight. I'm not sure what's going on. I hope it's not affecting you guys, what you see. So this is that gold tone piece, and they are shepherd's hooks, and you can see the original price. These were brand new, are brand new. And I know that because of where we got them. Cute little three-dimensional butterfly type setup. Kind of cool. Shiny gold tone. All right. And I was going to fix this other thing while we were. Just want to fix the display so it doesn't look so wonky. I think what they did was try to protect them and end up making things worse. if that can be done. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see here. Where are we going to go with next? Oh, I think we'll do another necklace. Oh, right here next to me. So trying to tangle them up. Got them hanging up here next to each other, so we'll put this on the display while you're looking at the earrings. Okay, we will pass on those earrings. And set those aside. Quiet in the chat tonight, just me out there, I guess. Okay. I have this really nice necklace on the show. Again, this is silver tone, I'm pretty sure, not silver. There goes my camera. Not cooperating. I meant to switch camera tripods with my brand new one, and I keep forgetting to do that. This one's starting to get worn. Go up and down. Okay, so I'm going to kill the light a little bit on this because it's causing so much glare that I think. Oh, the other way. There. So, well, that's really too much. There. That sort of works. I'm trying to get the color, what's in here, the show better. And let me bring it up close so you can see the color better, maybe. Kind of kind of a gray bluish color in that little centerpiece on each of the things here. And it has a extender. It has actually quite a variety of where you can click it just to connect it. Yeah, put it at its full length to get an idea. And I'll hang it back up here. There. It's not really there. Just trying to make it so it's spruce. There. It's about as even as I can get on my display. All right. So we're going to call this the. How am I going to describe this one? How to describe this one? We'll start this at $7, I think. That's a silver tone. I should have said silver tone. It's not silver. I'm pretty sure of that. I can do the magnet test real quick, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the chain is definitely not silver. I don't believe these don't. They don't react to it, but this doesn't mean much to them. So, okay. Let's thinking what I'm going to do next here. Let's go with some of these earrings. My goodness. Trying to get these earrings out of the package. I'll keep my knife handy. Okay, like I said, I hope everybody's doing okay. And I hope you're having as great a weather as we are here. Okay. Ooh, I think. Oh, these look familiar. I think I've tried to sell earrings almost identical to these in the past. So watch where I put my magnet here. Yeah. Okay. And like I said, we've had some gorgeous weather. I've tried to get some stuff done around here, getting ready for winter. Got a lot of wood to stack, some painting to do, all kinds of stuff. We did have to replace a section of flooring that was damaged. Got that done. But okay, we're gonna pass on this. And someday, I've mentioned it in the past. I'll have to regale you with some of the stories of growing up in Maine. Okay, here's a pair of earrings. Where is this message? And let's see here. They're not silver. Silver tone again. What is that? Red and green, red and blue. I guess you call it. Let me turn this intensity back up. That helped. There we go. Isn't that weird how the camera tries to overcompensate? You saw that. If I want to change it, you all of a sudden see the camera changes depending on the intensity of the light. I'm gonna have to mess with that sometime. Figure out why it does that. Well, anyway, okay. Let's start these. This is what I say: red and blue. Red and it is blue, I think, right? Yeah, it's like a turquoise. It's supposed to be like a turquoise, but it's not. I don't know if it is turquoise or not, but I'm going to call it red and blue earrings. And we'll start these at $5. If there's any interest. Let's get it up close here so you can see it better. Actually, against that black, it actually does a pretty good job. Sometimes that doesn't work, but in here, it does seem to work okay. There they are. And a shepherd's hook. So you can see. Shepherd's hook. The back is just like that. No markings. Okay. There. Oh, there. That showed the color nicely. That's much better. Okay. Let me get the next item lined up while you're looking at perusing those. Oh, yeah. Let's switch to something non-jewelry. We'll start with this nice little piece here. Give me a second here. This is one of the items that was in the preview, so I want to make sure it gets shown tonight. And I'm just trying to wipe it off here because it's got a little crud on it. There. That's better. All right. No interest in the earrings, so we will pass on that. And bring up the little glass rocking horse. And it is designed, it has a small hole in the top, and it has been, looks like a little bit of wax residue in there. It looks like somebody has used it to hold a small candle. I did look this up. There's quite a few of them out there. That prices were all over the place with these things, and it's not. I did not find anything wrong with it at all. I went over this thing. I usually run my fingers across like that, and just to see, looking for any chips, cracks, or whatever. None whatsoever. And in fact, it almost shows it better. I think if we put it on a cup of color, something like that, so you can really see the. It looks like. Boy, that really throws the camera off, doesn't it? Huh. Interesting. Anyway, I'll give you a size here in a minute. Let's start this at $9. And I think the size of it. Again, I misplaced my ruler, so I'm just trying to go with my tape measure. had the ruler here last week. I didn't think I moved it, but I don't see it. So looks like it's about 5 inches long, roughly. About 4 inches tall. Excuse me, I'll get a drink. Okay. My screen keeps going out and in. I hope it's not. Again, I hope nobody's saying anything in the chat. So I'm hoping it's just me. I didn't have this problem at all last week, but it's not happy this week. All right, I gotta do something with these earrings. I just sit down so I don't lose them. Great. Lost them already. Give me a second here. I'm just trying to stay a little bit organized. Trying to put things down. Because like I said, sometimes people will email me or even in the chat and say, hey, you know, the item you showed at such and such a time in the video, I'm kind of interested, and I want to make sure that if they're interested, I can find it. And there we go. Oh, there it is. Slid way over there. Wow. And okay. No interest in the little rocking horse. Well, all right. Yeah, there were a few things I showed in the preview. I want to make sure I got there. Okay, I think we'll show one of the 2 bracelets we have tonight. And this one's adjustable. And it sort of fits the theme for this time of year. So I'm going to put a pass on this and pull it out. Yeah, the screen keeps flickering. Look at tonight. Wow. This does worry me a bit. A little loose. Okay. So, this is let me think here. These are stone, the black. I think it's your hematite. I don't know what the other is. And I think somebody was explaining to me that these two pieces, you can pull it or slide it to adjust the size of it. And again, so I'm just going to call this the adjustable. Oops, where did I lost my. There we go. Let's try that again. Adjustable with black beads. Bracelet. And I gotta start this one at 7. So kind of sparkly, little bead in between. And you can see the way it's made, it's kind of woven. It's not, you see the material they use, the string, or whatever you want to call it. It's woven. So in fact, I can better display it like that. There we go. We can get it to focus. There we go. And so I think the black beads, they're cold. They're really cold to the touch. So I'm guessing they're probably hematite. And you see how they wrapped everything around it. And I think you can just slide this somehow. I don't know. I don't want to force it, but there we go. So now I just made it bigger. Well, it would probably actually fit on my wrist almost. But there it is. Really, a lot of work in that. All that woven, everything woven into place. That's pretty cool. All right. Necklace next. Let's see here. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to fix it. It's on a card and it's got a little messed up. Just trying to straighten it up here. I was going through some stuff earlier today and I had to untangle a mess of necklaces that was just thrown in the bag. It was just frustrating. Oh, hey, Kelly. Nice to see you there. I see your bid at 7. Thank you very much. I'm just trying to clean this up. And I'll get right to you here in a second. Just, man, it's a mess. There. I think that takes care of it. Hope you're doing well. No, I haven't gotten the invoices done yet. I know. This life has not been smooth lately. That's all I have to say. I'm trying to get this necklace here to display. This is going to be very interesting because oops, flipped it somehow. Okay. Let's set that aside here for a second. Okay, we'll stay going once, going twice, all that kind of stuff. If I can get my comments to work again. There we go. Like I said, something's wonky going on tonight. I don't know if it's StreamYard or me or my Wi-Fi. Going twice, last call. So crazy. Oh, I appreciate your patience. I do. Okay, and sold. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, let me set that right over. I think I have a box of your stuff right here, actually. Let me just so I can find a little bag to put it in. There. I'm going to write your name on it. Yeah. Okay. That's done. Done. Now let's do this necklace. This is another Laura Conrad. Let's see if I can get a little bit closer. So, oh yeah, I think I'm going to bring the camera up. And I know it's a little twisted here. That's just the way it's mounted on this thing. So you're going to notice one thing right away. It's 32 inches with a 3-inch extender. And it says contains at least 50% recyclable metal, whatever that means. So there's the pendant. You can see the stones in it. Let me see if I can get the light. It's really a gold tone, and it doesn't show that it really is a really good gold tone. And I wish it would show better. Let me see if I can get this to pop a little bit. There we go. At least showing the stones better. Kind of cool, huh? Brand new. This is brand new. I don't think it was ever worn. Well, I say that, but then they have this little pouch in the back where the chain was hanging. So what we did was we just wrapped the chain around the top. But it is a Laura Conrad 32-inch. You can see the LC right there. And focus now. Come on. There we go. That sort of is showing the thing. Okay, so I'm just going to call it that, the LC 32-inch necklace. Yeah, this original price is still on the back. $9. We'll start this at $9. So, like I say, there's definitely a gold tone. And you see that wrapped the chain around the top. Oh, come on. My picture keeps dropping out, and I hope it's just me. There's, you see, I had to wrap all the excess chain around the top, and there's the back of it. You can see the gold tone better there. If it'll focus. Yeah, if that pink is really throwing it off. Well, that does that. Let's see if I can get it to. Yeah, that shows the gold tone better, and the pendant better. I can get it to focus. There we go. It's a really delicate chain. Okay. I said, I apologize. I know I've messed up the chain here, so it's kind of wrapped around, but okay. Let's see here. What are we going to do next? No, we'll do this next. We'll do this next. Okay, no interest in the Laura Conrad necklace. We'll just pass on that, baby, and put that aside for some other thing. And how about anybody into Ray Dunn out there? There's a Ray Dunn mug. We're going to start this at $8, I think. I can't remember. I think that's what I wanted. You can see it's pretty clean. I don't think usually you get a lot of edge wear on these things. I don't see very little on this one. Number 213. I don't know if that means anything to anybody. Here's the inside. I didn't see any staining. Get it to focus. There we go. Well, it's focusing on my hand, but it's close enough. You get the idea. No nick scratches or anything. Oop, there's a sticker on it. I get that off of there. I take that off. And that's not what I paid for it. Somebody else. There. Oh, bad me. I should have taken that off of there. Well. Okay. Mud. Oh, mud. Boy, that was a bad typo. Mud. Mud. No, the D is the D even not even close to the G? It's two characters, two keys away. Man, that was really fat fingered, wasn't it? Okay. Well, no interest in Ray Dunn. That's fine. I'm not gonna dwell on that one too much. But it was in the preview, so I want to make sure I showed it. And there's some Ray Dunn collectors out there, so. And I think I had a green one before. I'm not sure though. Okay. Oh, gee, I almost forgot. She's getting it turned around. I have some purses, bags. Let's start with a satchel, bag, tote. I guess it's technically a tote. I didn't see a name on this, brand name or anything like that. But it is really, I thought it was really, really cool. I was just trying to find out if the edging and stuff is leather or not. I'm just trying to see if there's any kind of indication on this thing, but I don't see one. Just before I show it here, I want to double check because I don't want to be accurate with what I say. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, there's the brand name. Jewel by 31. Okay. It doesn't say what the material is. Well, it says say cotton. Okay, well, if that part of this, we'll get that part out for you. So let me see if I can get this to hang somehow, and then maybe bring the camera back. I'm gonna have to back up the camera quite a bit on this one. It's a big bag. Yeah, let me get this out of the way. It's just, I had a clip. I usually hold these things in place for something. Must set it down somewhere. All right, I'm going to back up the camera and bring it up there. Okay, so what did I say? Jewel by 31. So this thing's big, big bag. Knocking things around here. Do my microphone. Okay. Yeah, get some light on that thing. All right, let me get my tape measure. I'm going to call this a tote. I guess that's the right description of it. We'll start this at, gosh, I'm going to give you a good deal, I think, on this one. I'm going to say $7 start. This thing is 16 inches across. Looks like about a foot deep. And then there's the handle, the straps right there. I didn't see any kind of wear on this at all. Not on the corners. The bottom looks really good. Let me get the bottom of the focus here. There we go. There's the bottom. The inside is just a tote. There's no internal pockets or anything like this. But they say it's all cotton. And so the only way to get this to hang properly is to do that. If I can hang on to this thing. I'm trying to figure out, I had a clip here somewhere, so I was using the whole things up. But I must have set it down. Oh, there it is. So I can just clip this in place so it doesn't fall. There. Any interest in a nice big tote. And it's a dark brown trim here and here, and this is black and white. So just so you can't tell. I see Kelly at 7. But it reminds me, Kelly, I got to write down your other purchase. I mean, I wrote it on the bag, I put it in, but bracelet, right? All right. And we will start counting it down then. Going once. Going twice. Last call. Whoops. Let's try that again. Last call. Sold to Killian for $7. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. I do have more purses coming and things like that, so find a safe place to put this. It's right there. Okay. Oh, let's see what we got for jewelry here. Oh, let's try. This is another paparazzi necklace set. Let's set this one down. My wife almost didn't give this one up. She was seriously considering keeping this one. Let me get rid of it. Looks like there. Okay. I'm going to start this. What did she say she wanted? I think it was $8. I think that's what she said. I didn't write down stuff tonight, so I'm going by memory, which is not a good idea. But so there's the earrings. The same little green. And silver little things on the earrings, and then the necklace itself. I'm gonna bring the camera back down again. Looks like that. I can stabilize that a little bit by putting it on the board, I guess, without the earring showing. Yeah. Up. Yeah. So I give you an idea of what the necklace looks like. And does it have an extender? I don't know. It's a double chain, so it does have it. No, it does. It does have a 2-inch extender on it. So it looks like it goes from 16 to 18. There is it. And like I said, it is a set of necklace and earrings, matching earrings. Earrings. These little green beads. Okay, excuse me while I get another sip of water here. Okay. Let's see this what we can do next. Okay, now let's go with these. Yes. I'm gonna I'm setting up some earrings here. Just give me a minute. And these earrings are going to be silver. These are some of the silver tonight that I have. And an interesting thing I acquired recently was a whole bunch of posts. The earring for post earrings, the backs, not the little plastic things, but the big wide ones. So it makes it. I'm trying to see if this is marked. There's something in there. I can't make it out. Give me a second. I'm going to leave that up a little bit longer than it's set while I get my loop out and check what this marking is so I can tell you what the marking is. Can't make it out. Didn't realize it. I guess I never really looked at it that closely before. That's what that says. Okay, well, good. I'm glad I did that because now I know what they are. Okay. Fun, fun, fun. Just trying to set this up so you can see it better. Bear with me. Okay. All right, we're going to pass on this set. Now, these aren't marked, these other pieces I'm going to show you, but we're very confident that they're silver. I just couldn't find a marking on them to verify that. And then that can be true with a lot of things. So, okay, let's bring the camera down and show these really, I think, really pretty earrings. So it's silver with a blue, double tone blue kind of look to it. They are post earrings. Oh, come on. There it goes again. I'm gonna have to complain tonight, I guess. So there's the back. And I'm going to take them off the cart because I know sometimes black and silver just don't go well for showing it on screen. But I'm going to put the price down on these and then we'll go from there. We'll start these at $9. I'm going to take it off of here so you can see it. And they are marked on the back. And maybe it'll show up on camera and maybe it won't. They are marked with, I think it says OEB. See if that'll focus. If I can keep my hands steady enough. Let me double check that loop. I think that's what I said I saw. Yeah, it looks like OEB on the back. Get my hands stay steady here. I can get the focus, but probably not. There they are, marked black. And I didn't see any other markings. Like I said, I did look. Thinking they might be marked somewhere. Sometimes they even mark it on the post itself. Oh, let's show it up close without being on the board so you can get a better idea of the color. Sort of a light blue in the center there and a darker blue around it. Except for the top is just a dark blue. It is not magnetic. I did do the magnet test. So if anybody knows the OEB, it's one marking I don't recognize by name, but that doesn't mean anything for sure. But okay. There was something else. Oh yeah, right. I don't forget the ephemera collectors out there. I do have some rather interesting postcards. I'll show them to you if anybody's interested. At least one of these I've been there. I can show you. And these are all new too. Yep. Okay. No interest in the earrings. No problem. We'll pass. And set those aside. And like I said, I get these postcards. I'm gonna bring the camera. Oops, get rid of the on the screen there. Let's see if I can take you through them and show you them. I apologize. This thing is acting wonky again. Every time it goes out, my screen goes completely blank. So this is the Winchester House in California, in San Jose. I believe it was in San Jose. I mean, I know it's near San Jose. Yeah, San Jose Winchester Mystery House. Brand new card. Is there a date on this? I don't see one. But yeah, it's a registered landmark. It's the parlor. It was a really, really interesting house. Okay. This is the other postcard. This one is a Autumn in the Feather River country of California. Pretty card. I don't know if that's what they call an RPPC, a real picture postcard. Maybe it is. I don't know. It doesn't have any kind of a marking on it to indicate. It just shows the description on the back here. This is Fort Charlotte in Nassau, Bahamas. Not been there. Brand new card. This is a really old picture, it looks like. Stowe Lake, and that's STOW, Boathouse in Golden Gate Park. I'm going to guess this has got to be vintage. This from the... Wouldn't you say? Martha's Vineyard, Egerton Light. Ooh, no, we're going to see that soon enough here. Snoo. This is in Lassen Volcanic National Park in California. Again, look at this cars, how old those cars are. Tells you this card, I'm going to guess is from the late 50s, early 60s, I would say. From the cars I see, yeah. This one is Sails and Gulf Terrace Motel in St. Petersburg, Florida. And again, I think that's also a pretty vintage picture. And then this is Old North Church in Boston. Been there. So, I'm going to call this a variety of postcards. And we'll start this at, let me see here. How many did I say I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll start at $8. Is there any interest? Like I said, some of them, a couple of those places I've been. I went to California a lot, but not in some of those spots that they showed. And I've been to Florida quite a few times. But again, well, I've been to St. Petersburg, but not that particular spot. Excuse me. Not sure why I'm yawning tonight. Okay. No interest in the postcard. That's okay. We'll pass. And pull those. I just thought somebody might be interested. Postcards always bring back memories. Like I said, I really did enjoy the Winchester House. That was back in 90 or 91. Okay, let's do a necklace. And this one is, it also has a name on it. What was this one? Icing. ICING, I think is what is the name on it. Let me get this set up. This looks at least relatively even here. There we go. Yeah, bring the camera up. And up. And up. Oh. And my camera's. Yeah, things kind of keep sliding down on me here. Okay, it looks to be about, I would say this is pretty long. But this is, you can see, I did check. There's no stones missing, or whatever they're using it for crystals. Oh my goodness. There goes my screen again. And it's got an interesting pattern to the way they use it. The thing here. So, there goes my screen again. Oh, let's start this one at $7. Oops. Typed it wrong. There we go. Get the name right at least. And there goes my screen again. And that's frustrating. There's the chain itself. You can see how it is not a, it's a delicate looking chain. The lobster claw style clasp is the extender. And the name. It'll focus. Maybe it upside down. No. Anyway, so I can lay that flat like that. Give you an idea how overall length is. And it does have one large crystal right there at the bottom of the V, or the top of the V, or the top of the Y, I mean, and center of the Y, kind of a Y shape, right? So I guess you'd call it a Y necklace. Okay. Oh, geez, I almost forgot I got these two. I have a lot of stuff tonight. I really do. I'm not going to get through. I know I'm not going to get through all of it. I'm absolutely sure. I do want to make sure I show what was in the preview, and we'll get to that. And there's a couple items that weren't in the preview that I want to show here. I think I showed. Did I show those? Were these in the preview? I don't remember. We'll show them anyway. Okay. No, the light is not really showing it in a flattering manner. It's just very frustrating. Like I said, I'm going to switch tripods, but I may have to switch to a different camera or change the settings on the camera so it doesn't flicker so much. Readjust. I don't think it's in my settings either. I don't think there's anything I do with that. Let me see. Camera definition. Nope. Effects. None. Nope. Huh. No, I'm looking to see if there's some way I can. Oh, I like that actually. Yeah, that might help a little bit for me, at least. Okay. We will pass on that and show the other. What was the other piece I had? The other earrings. I'm trying to remember which ones I showed. I've got a whole bunch of earrings. I'm just trying to make sure I got the ones that were in the preview. I think these were. I don't remember. Or maybe it's the ones I showed already. Could be. All right. All right, let's bring this down. And Some more Laura Conrad. There's 2 pairs of gold tone earrings here. One with stones in them, 1 pair, and the other is just a hoop. They're post style earrings. You see from the back. And I'm going to sell them both for $6. We'll start the bidding at 6, if there's any interest. I'll try and show it up close here. Actually, this card's not too bad for showing these. So they can see this. Those 2 have a little. Like I said, they're a post. They're not a. So they're, and then the others are just green. Don't happen with the other pair. That were there. I have no idea. But if there's any interest in those earrings, see, I got 3 other items left, 4 other items left that were in the preview. So I'll make sure we get to those next. I knew there was some Laura Conrad earrings. I don't remember which ones I showed. I have to go back on my own preview. Crazy, huh? Okay. And I do have some dichroics necklaces I'm hoping to get to, at least a couple of them tonight. I've got more. I have 1 other bracelet, I think. Choker. We'll see. Like I said, not tonight. It'll be next week. Okay. No interest in those. We'll pass on those. Okay. I have a Lucinda pin. And this is what they call a house pin. Lucinda. And I'm going to guess because of the phone number that's there, this is after she moved from Maine. So I think the ones that she made when she was in Maine was an 802, which is the area code. Not 802. 207 for Maine is the area code. All of Maine. By the way. So listen to the house pin. We'll start this one at $8. House pins are, I guess, considered the more collectible ones. The women ones and the house pin ones, I'm told, are very collectible. But, let me bring it up close. You can see better. There we go. I'm almost wondering if there's some kind of specific place that she's trying to capture here. But I don't know. With the ferry and the lighthouse, which is a very unusual shape. And there goes my screen again. Okay. No interest in Lucinda. We'll pass. I'm going to move a little quicker just because I want to make sure I get those items out into your view before 10:30, which is when I need to call it a night. Okay. me get my board out for this one. Did this one have a name on it? I don't think it did. This looks like about a 16-inch necklace, I'm going to say. It does have an extender on it. Let's put this up. And up. Let's see if I can get, let me see if I can get this to hang a little better here. I think I messed it up. Oh, I grabbed it. Let me just see if I can get the thing to hang properly. I know that can be tricky with some necklaces. Yeah, come on now. Be cooperative. If you twist them, and especially when they get lots of things in them, it can be finicky. I think that's what I'm doing here. Is I'm messing it up somehow. But we'll show it to you anyway here. There. Okay. So when I do 6 on the pin. Yeah, okay. Sure. Put the chat. Okay, and we grab that. Put your name on it while you guys look at that guy. Oh, I'm gonna give a price on this one. What am I going to call this? It's a good description of that. Get all those ring or round pieces. We'll start this one at 7. My camera slid down, didn't it? There. Okay, let me take care of Kelly and get that in the bag with your name on it. Okay. By the way, for those that are listening, thank you for your emails and requests. I always appreciate that. Okay. This. Okay, as I said, this wasn't the preview. I think I had this hanging a little better, but I messed it up somehow. I think I twisted it somehow. Looks like that's what I did. There. That's not great, but it's better. Okay. What do I have left to do from the preview? 2 items left. Right. I think. Yeah. Okay. No interest in the slow tone loops. My wife may take that one. She kind of liked it. All right. Let's do this piece next. Then we'll do it. Okay. This is a piece of Fenton glass, at least according to the online search. They call that a ruffle. There's no marking on it. And you can see it's not overly tall. It is, I'll say about 4 inches tall, maybe. Yep, 4 inches tall, roughly. And at the widest point, about 4.5 inches. It's in excellent shape. I did not see any chips or anything on it at all. I did try to clean it up a little bit. It was quite a bit dusty. This came from an estate. Not the one I've worked in the past, a newer and one we just happened to know the family, and they were selling off a bunch of stuff, and so I got this from them. And so I'm going to put a question mark next to the word Fenton. I'm pretty confident that's what it is, but I mean, everybody out there in the auction world seemed to think it was that. So there it is. I'll start it at 10 and see what you guys think. Like I said, I did not see any markings anywhere on it. It's interesting how they form these things. It really is. But it's very, very clean, and no, like I said, no chips, nothing. It's in mint condition. Wherever they had it, they took okay care of it because it was covered in dust, but it was otherwise was just fine. I see Kelly at 10. Excuse me, Kelly. Let me write that down. About the other one, about your other purchase. I just haven't done it yet. And I don't see any other bids coming out, so we will start counting it down and going once. And going twice. Last call. Let's see what's going on here. Keep switching. There. See, that fixes my glitchy problems. Okay. And sold, Kelly, for $10. Write that down. And that will be well packed in bubble wrap and peanuts and whatever else I have material to protect that thing. Although it's pretty rugged, but I mean, I just don't want it to get banged around or anything. Yeah, that blue is almost describe it, but that blue is really amazing. How they do that with the glass, I don't know how they do that. Pretty cool. Okay, this is the last, I think, of the items that were in the preview, and this is a necklace and earring set. Even though I didn't say that in the preview, this is what it is, and one of the earrings is actually caught in the necklace. There it looks like. Here. And let me grab my little display because I think that's the best way to show it. And let me get rid of that off the screen. Now, I do have some other, at least I did have some other Fenton pieces. I hope I still do. I have some really interesting glass pieces. I should show them sometime. Maybe. They're right in the cabinet near me here. So, matching earrings necklace set. It's really a these don't feel cold to the touch. So I'm not going to say that's stone, but it's very colorful. That's the best way I can describe it. And and that's how I'm going to describe it in the thing. It's a colorful necklace earring set. We'll start this at $8. There. Okay, so let's show the earrings first because that's easy. I think it's going to show, okay, and it's gold tone, by the way. You can see that, gold tone. And they are post earring. So let me take one off here and show it against my hand. Let's show the colors better, I think, that way. So there's a mixture of gold tone little tabs in there, and then these other thin pieces of multicolor. Did not see a name on this, but I can take a look again when I take the necklace off. And so the necklace itself, oh, it does have a name. Loft. Huh, does that make sense? Loft? Does anybody? So there's the tag. I didn't realize that had a name. If I can get it to pop around here. Trying to show you the name, sorry. My hand's not very steady, but there it is. I see Kelly at 8. So there's the piece. Is what they look like. And it is lobster claw? No, round connector. Very colorful piece. My wife really liked that too. She thought it was really nice. I see Kelly at 8. So we're going to say going once. Excuse me. Worked on cleaning out a cabinet today, and oh, the dust. Not jewelry. It had a bunch of things in it, like spray paint and all kind of stuff. But it sat for a while, and it was nasty in there. Really nasty. I should have wore a mask. Last call. And sold again for $8. All right, let me grab my pen. Okay, that's written down. And let me find a bag big enough to hold all that. I don't know if that won't work. That's empty. Just trying to find a nice bag to put that in. Give me a second. Oh, there they are. I gotta write your name and everything on it. So keep everything straight. Like I said, I get around doing these invoices. I don't want to be messed up. Okay. Thank you, Kelly. And okay, I do have some diacrylics. Let me start with the one right here handy. And you'll have your choice of necklaces. I've done this in the past few weeks here. And I would go ahead and untangle them. All right, so there's the necklaces. Let me get rid of this board. And there's a dichroic piece. I'll give it more closely up here in a second. And like I said, those necklaces are silver plate. They're marked 925, but I'm pretty sure they're just silver plate. So, but still silver of sorts. So, what color? I guess it's kind of, it doesn't look like on camera. On camera, for some reason, it's coming a little greenish, but it's actually blue. I'm gonna call it a bluish dichroic pendant on silver plate chain. We'll start this. I think, what was I doing? Oh no, when it wasn't silver plate, it was going for 8. So because it's silver plate, I'm going to ask 10. It's not a lot more, but a little more. So there's, let me show it up close. You'll get the better idea of the color when in my hand, I think. And it's 3-dimensional. It's really interesting. And the back is like kind of a, see that to me this looks like a kind of a blue, but on the camera it's coming up a little more greenish. I don't know why that is, but on my screen here, I should say. But just so you're aware, it is more light blue, or almost a blue. Well, there's a bit of green. There's some bit of green in there, but yeah. And then you have your choice of chain. You can go with the snake chain or the standard chain. That's why I'm showing both. Okay. I'm going to have this, I think, this next piece I'm showing. I was trying to figure out if it was a choker or a bracelet, and I'm now beginning to think it's more of a bracelet, a large bracelet, but a bracelet nonetheless. But it is adjustable, so I'll show it to you in a second as soon as I recheck it here. Okay. I'm actually putting it on my hand, believe it or not, so you can kind of get an idea what it looks like. And yeah, because if it's a choker, it's an awful small choker. Maybe a child's, but okay, no interest in the dichroic. We're going to pass on that. Okay, I had one other dichroic. Let me see if we can. Oh, actually, I have 3 or 4. Tell you what, I'm going to take the 2 that are silver. Same price. And you just pick the one you want. So now dichroic choice of pendant on silver plate chain. Same deal. Starting bid of $10. Oops, almost typed the wrong number. So here's this one. It's smaller, as you can see. And my thumb is about roughly 1 inch, so it's just a little under 1 inch in width and a little over 1 inch in length. And this is a tinier one of the 2. It almost looks like a little, almost like a little bug. There's the front and the back is black, of course, and the bail on it. So it's not really big. It's about 1 inch long, but it's only maybe about 1/4 inch wide. Very delicate little one. Again, still on the same choice of chains. So anybody's interested in those. Then I'm going to show this very unusual bracelet, I think. At least that's what I think it is. I can't figure out how else it would work. Maybe so we can help me when we're done here. Okay, we're going to pass on these. I do have another dichroic on gold, but anyway, so let's gold bale. We will do that next week. Okay, so I have this. See how it hangs down like this? It was a green. It's very similar to that green necklace and earrings that I had earlier. And maybe it was part of that set. I don't know. But see how this is, and so this connection, this lobster claw here. I'm going to take it off if I can. No, bear with me. I can take it off the other way. I was able to get it on my hand without doing it. It's very unusual, as I say. I first saw it, I thought, oh, this is a choker. But then my wife said, oh, no, that's way too short to be a choker. And so if you see, this is it. I'm going to try and lay it out here and then show you. So there's the thing, and there's the other end of it. And you see that'd be way too small for a choker. So that's why I think it's a type of bracelet. So I'm going to call it that. And it's adjustable because you can hook this wherever you want on the chain here. And we'll start this. Oh, I don't know what to do with something like this. $7? Is that too much? Oh man, this is frustrating. Screen popping in and out. I hope it's not doing it to you guys. I really don't. Nobody's complained, but so you can see it's multi-stranded, and I hold it by the clasp. That looks like it's 1, 2, 3, 4 strands, and then, like I said, it just can't possibly be a choker. My wife said it's got to be a bracelet. Maybe, well, I guess you could be an anklet, I guess, but I don't know how she would wear it. But I entertain any ideas anybody has, but overall length is quite long. Overall length is 8.5 inches, almost 9. Yeah, 9 inches. You can see I tried to, like I said, I was trying to wear it myself on my hand, and if I make it the full 9 inch, I can get it on my hand without unhooking it, I think. So there it is. Bring the camera back up here so you can see it better. Very interesting. Okay. Let's do one more pair of earrings. Oh yes, I like these. These are also silver and marked. What did I do with my earring display? Here it is. And there's a little bit of tarnish on these things, so you get a chance to clean them up. But, all right, well, let's pass on that bracelet. Okay. And let's go with these silver earrings. Silver, they are marked 925. I'll show you. And man, oh man, it's just, let me see if I can get the light better on that. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay. We'll start these at $9. And so I'll take it off the card here. So show you the marking on the back. It says 925. Give you a better idea of the color and everything against my hand. Yeah, it's got some, they're not heavy, but they're not light. I guess that's the best way to put it. Is that showing well on the phone? The light though, that's what I'm wondering. Let me see if I can bring this light down. Better angle. There. There. Okay. I see Kelly there, so I'll say going once. Hang out there, pretty out there. Going twice. Last call. And sold Kelly for $9. Send me the bag for your purchase. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. And put that in the bag. And set that aside. And see what else we want to do tonight. Did I get, I guess I did get everything. Oh, I had one more purse. Shoot, I almost forgot. Actually, I've got several. But we'll do one more. What did I do here? Oh. Got one purse tied up into the other. That's fine. Do that. Okay, I've got a couple of different purses here. Let's see. Let's go with this one. Fossil. I think you guys know what a fossil is. No, it's not me. I'm not that old. I just had that in my hand a minute ago. Piece of string. Okay, I'm here trying to get it off. Yeah. Okay. So, let me, I think it's going to be easier if I just bring the camera up and show it down. There. And we'll start this at $8. Okay, so little pocket there in front, and looks like they got pocket within a pocket. Looks like to put like the little tiny pockets that I would say credit cards or whatever in there, and then that's that. And then the zippered pocket here, and there's your fossil name. And it's got a brown interior. It's a pretty good wide strap on this thing. So when it's hanging, it looks like so. And so you can see it's a nice wide strap. That's not going to cut into your shoulder when you're carrying that. Very clean, as far as I can tell. I don't think it's new, but it's in very, very good shape. There's the back. Oh, there's a separate pocket in the back. I'll take it back. So there's a pocket there in the back. A zipper pocket in the middle where the fossil name is. The fossil name is on the tag. No, not on the tag. There's a zipper pocket inside. Let's see if that zipper works. Yep. And they didn't leave anything behind. I see Kelly at 8. Cute little bag. Give you some dimensions on it. Looks like it's about 9 inches across and roughly 8 to 9 inches tall, not including the straps, of course. So very colorful little bag. And we will say, oops, hang on, I might just push my mouse out of the way. That's not good. Okay, we will, oops, that's not what I want to do. Let's say going once. Excuse me. Going twice. Last call. Sold Kelly for $8. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me write that down. If I find my pen, there it is. Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna wrap it up for the night. There's a couple of smaller purses. I don't remember what the other one is. Nicole Miller. I'll have those. And the other one is a relic. We'll have those next week. They're the little ones, the little handbag. Almost wallet size kind of thing. And I've got a bunch more earrings and necklaces. So, what did I not show tonight? Yeah, I got a choker and a few other items like that. So, and I may dig out some of the other glass stuff I've got. We'll see here. But, okay, camera. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, get rid of that there. Yeah, so like I said, behind me is a bunch of junk right now. And it's just stuff that I don't know what I'm going to do with. But I do have some rather interesting pieces I'm looking at around the room. I've never tried too much selling a couple of the dolls we have. I've sold one in the past. And I do have some other glassware and toys and things like that. But I'm looking, and I still have a bunch of music boxes too. I know there were some interesting music boxes from a couple people in the past. So, and they may have just missed it when I showed them. But I have that, and I've got some Corningware. I've got, what did I just get recently? Don't remember. Oh, that's right. I didn't show the trinket boxes tonight. Oh, I'm glad you love it, Kelly. I have this one. It's a bookend that is a fossilized tree piece of it, and it's huge. It's really big. I haven't decided if I'll bring that to auction yet or not. But more trinket boxes. I've got a couple trinket boxes I'm going to put out on either Etsy or eBay soon that I was surprised what they go for. These particular ones. So you may see, if you do check my eBay channel, appreciate that. And I will be building up my Etsy stuff. I only think I have one item out there in Etsy right now. I think that's it. I'll be putting a bunch of stuff out there soon, I hope. I just got to find the time. We are so busy with this new dog and with the weather changes that we're trying to get ready for, and just health issues that we've had to deal with, and different things going on. So appreciate people's patience with my getting out invoices, and we will see you next week. The first dichroic pendant you showed for choice. Oh, you're talking, let's see, you mean this one. Well, let's put it up on this camera. You mean this one. See the focus. That one, the little crosshatch pattern. Focus. And then you have your choice of chain, the snake or the standard, what I call standard. You know, it looks like a regular chain. No. All right, hang on. Let me put all the dichroics I had on the other camera, and then I'll switch cameras back. Not a problem. Let's do that. I think that's simpler. Give me a second. So you mean the first one, this one here, the one that's kind of three-dimensional. Okay, I think that's what you mean. Yeah, okay, so that makes sense. And would you want the snake chain or the what I call regular chain? Yeah. So just let me know what chain you want, and then we'll take care of it. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to get a bag while you're waiting for your response on the chain. Yeah, they're the same length. They're both 18. I think. I say that, but I'll double check. I'm pretty sure the chains are 18. No, I just thought that didn't sound good. That wasn't bad. Tape measure. I just had my hands on my tape measure. How could I lose it in such a short time? Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, they look to be 17 or 18 inch. Yeah, okay. They're both the same. I'm pretty sure they're both the same. Well, actually, no. The snake chain's a little bit shorter. The snake chain's a little bit shorter. Just by a hair. But okay. And the only way to find out for sure. Yeah, the snake chain is the shorter of the two. So, yeah, gotcha. Thank you. All right, so let me put that in the chat. Sold to Killian. I'm going to call it the, oops, I'll type in the right place here. Sold to Oh, come on. Stop doing this to me. Comments. Yeah, it is. So, 2 killing dichroic pendant with cheap for $10. Okay. Yeah, I would suspect the one that we bought, we got these from has moved by now. She was supposed to move to North Carolina, South Carolina, one of the Carolinas, and she gave us some fantastic deals on these things. So, thank you, and I'm writing it on a bag now. See? In the bag. And cool. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's not a problem. We'll work it out. I'm not worried about that. So. Oh, did I write down the faucet? Oh, I didn't write down. I did write the faucet down, but I didn't write down the dichroic. Let's do that too. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, perfect. 10:32, and I usually try to wrap it around 10:30, so it's perfect, as they say. So, okay. I am planning on doing it again next week on Wednesday. I think it's the 24th. Yeah. And I have to be careful about Wednesdays because sometimes on Wednesdays there are concerts and things we need to go to at the high school. But I don't think there is one. No, I don't think there's one. So we're okay. But I'll post a preview as usual and put the links out there. So, alrighty. Well, you all have a blessed evening. And let me see, where am I up here? There we go. And hope to see you all next week in the chat. Metal items or oh gosh, I have. You want to wait a second? I think they're right around the corner from me here. Hang on a second. And they're I have a lot of. Yes, the answer to your question is yes. I have metal signs. In fact, darn, I left that downstairs too. I have one that just says cabin, big metal sign that says cabin. I think maybe with an arrow or something like that on it. But let me get the other signs. Hang on. Pardon the mess. Now these are all pardon me. These are all repros. Whoop! I just bumped something on my screen. These are all repros. These are not original, signs and stuff. So just so you know, and they were used. So like Dutch hand soap. Keep it on there, right? Like that. I've got that, and I've got Always Reliable Dr. Fowler's Extract of Wild Strawberry. Lash Bitters Company. And then the classic Coca-Cola. Again, these are repros. I'm trying to see where it came from. Doesn't say. Just has the UPC on the back. And then I have Uncle John's Sassafras Rain Tonic. Lashes Bitters. And I have another one, Homer's Ginger Root Compound, also from Lashes Bitters. They even made this one look like it was worn. They tried to age it to make it look like it was. These are all in tin, Cherry Phosphate, 15 cents. And last but not least, Bakery SP Shank Company. SP Shank Son and Company, it looks like it's on here, maybe. Established 1835, incorporated 1902. Again, all repros. Uncle John's? Yeah, sure. Get the right one. I haven't really figured out what a price would be on these, so oh, sorry. Let me know which we want me to bring them through. I can run through them again if you want. I don't have to get up early tomorrow, so thankfully. Okay, so that you want the Uncle John's. Oh, couldn't see the first one. Oh, okay, that's good. I had them right over. Dutch hand soap. Sure, let's do that. I can do that. Or I can just take some quick pictures and send you an email. But yeah, either way. Yeah. Okay, I'll do that. I'll take some pictures and send you an email. That'd be easier. That way you don't have to worry about cell and stuff. Although I don't mind that. I just, but okay, I'll do that. Great. Well, have a good night, and I'll let you know. I'll set aside the Uncle John ones for you, just to be on the safe side. And I haven't tried to sell these for a while, so they've been just sitting over here around the corner. So, okay, cool. Have a good night. We'll see you next week, and I'll get you an email shortly.